Okay, we are almost over this cold, and that means more Arcane videos. So, for today's video, we're going to be talking about Ekko and why I see Ekko as essentially the hero of Arcane. Now, when Arcane first starts, we're introduced to essentially the two characters that we think are going to be the main characters, or should I say the main protagonists, and those characters are Vi and Jace. Here's the problem. Vi and Jace are basically two sides of the same coin. They are wayward idealists, but their ideals reflect the world in which they grow up in. It reflects their environment. For Jace, he grew up in Piltover, which is the upper city, and for Vi, she grew up in Zaun, which is the lower city. For Jace, his ideals are essentially creating great machines and reshaping the world so that everyone can be as enlightened as Zaun at the expense of the people around him. Jace's ambitions essentially lead him down a path where he kind of fucks up a lot of people's lives. Specifically, Heimerdinger's life, which Heimerdinger attempts to, as the mentor, guide Jace through basically not making the same mistakes that he's seen in the past. And Jace, being the idealist, believes that he knows better than his master, goes against him, and ends up essentially fucking up Heimerdinger's entire life and setting Piltover on a path for war. On the exact opposite end of the spectrum, you have Vi, who her idealism is essentially rising up outside of the slums of Zaun and making a better world, not only for herself, but for Powder and all the people around her. Her idealism leads her into Piltover, leads them to stealing, which ends up leading to a situation that gets everyone that she loves killed and her being thrown in jail. Her coming back does not in any way, shape, or form fix the situation, the way in which I think she thought it was going to, and she just ends up imploding the situation to the point where essentially both her and Jace end up looking at their idealism in the face. Which, there's another video that needs to be made about Jace's entire arc, because it's interesting. But we're focusing on Ekko. Now, for Ekko, and one of the things that I found super interesting in his character, he's the only one actually trying to make other people's lives better. For Ekko, he essentially creates... Now, before we talk about him creating the safety zone, let's go back to him as a kid. Him as a kid, he was... Well, I would say he had a crush on Jinx, or Powder. They go off in a mission, everyone dies. Silco comes back, and he comes back with Jinx. She's completely different. And I'm assuming that even though they didn't show any interaction between the two of them after she's brought back to, I almost called it Piltover, to the lower city of Zaun, to Bonder's bar, I'm assuming that he tried to reach out to her in some way, shape, or form to find out what happened. And she essentially pushed him away. Now, going forward, as he grew up, he found, then created the sanctuary zone in the lower city, where essentially we see a gigantic tree growing at the heart of it and tons of families and friends and everyone around there. Now, the problem with the sanctuary zone is that at any point in time, the Chem Barons, if they found out its location, could come and attack and completely destroy the sanctuary zone and everything that he's trying to build. But you see that he's the only person actually taking active measures that work against the corruption in the lower city. He creates his own organization. Like I said, he has the sanctuary city. He's destroying Shimmer, disrupting operations for the Chem Barons left and right, basically making himself a nuisance. Jace literally becomes the lower city's equivalent of Batman, where he's trying to fix everything that's going wrong in his environment without having to leave his environment. For, let's say, a character like Jace, Jace is trying to change an environment while staying away from it. He doesn't go to the lower city to find out what's going on. No, I take that back. Jace's character only goes to the lower city to try and change it. He starts a war, kills a bunch of kids, and realizes, oh my god, I'm a monster, and he runs. for Ekko, it's a constant fight. He understands that like these people are essentially being weaponized against their free will. You see Silco go and basically feed the people who are addicted to Shimmer free vials of it to keep them addicted and to keep them under his control and to use them as weapons. Ekko understands all of that, and he still actively puts himself in danger fighting against it. He also has to encounter and fight against the girl that he used to have a crush on when he was younger, which, oh my god, that bridge scene is so nice. Like, it is a beautiful scene between, in my opinion, the hero and the antagonist, where if Jinx is supposed to be an equivalent of the Joker or Harley Quinn, or an amalgamation of the both of them, then Ekko definitely takes on the amalgamation of Batman, where they're standing on the bridge looking at each other, and you get the flashback of them being kids, where Ekko would play with the sword and Jinx would play with the paint gun. And we see literally in that fight, as he's running forward, she takes those exact same shots and he dodges them all, unlike he was able to do when he was younger, and then he knocks her out. And in that moment, you would think that, oh, he's fighting against somebody, or one of the main diseases that has literally been destroying his home, he'd kill her right then and there, since he had her at his mercy. But instead, like, there's like a look of remorse on his face, where he looks down at Jinx and he's thinking to himself, why did it all come to this? How did we get here? Where we went from being like the best of friends when we were younger to being essentially mortal enemies who I'm trying to create order and you're literally the epitome of chaos. Such a beautiful scene. There are so many fantastic scenes in Arcane, but that one really stands out to show his arc. And one of the better things is essentially his arc is also tied into Heimerdinger's arc, where for Heimerdinger, he finally leaves the golden palace of Piltover and he ends up in the slums of Zaun. And when he's in Zaun, he runs into Ekko, and there's like a connection between the both of them, kind of like Luke Skywalker running into Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Batman running into Alfred. And they go back to the sanctuary, and Ekko's able to reinvigorate something inside of Heimerdinger, that creative genius that he thought he had thrown away. Where before, like Jace, Heimerdinger was standoffish when it came to the people in the lower city, Ekko was able to bring something out of Heimerdinger where he realized the best work that I can do was never in that golden tower. It was down here amongst the people who are suffering and dying in Zaun slums. And I absolutely love it. I love the fact that Ekko's character makes the other characters better. Like, he's able to point out issues and flaws and bring about change in his environment. Not only does he bring about change in the people around him, because we see that the people in the sanctuary are happy and it also die for him, he also brings about change in the characters who meet him and just decide to like talk to him, which is something that's great, because Vi punches her way out of every single situation and Jace tries to build something to get out of any situation, and we see that both of those aspects fail. What you need is somebody in the center who's able to look at the world around him, look and see what he can change, and work his hardest to save the environment that he's in. But yeah, that is Ekko. At least that's my take on Ekko and why I feel as though Ekko is, in my opinion, one of, or the hero of Arcane. He may not be the only protagonist, but when you're looking for somebody who fits the bill as a hero in this series, definitely Ekko. No questions asked whatsoever. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. If you have an idea of who you feel fits the hero role better than Ekko, comment down below. Love talking to you guys. If you're new to the channel, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hit that subscribe button, come into the family, and I will catch you in another one. I'm definitely gonna catch you in another one because more Arcane videos coming. Peace.